Watching this on a replay, please put in the comments, hashtag replay, so I know. Getting myself a few things set up here. As you're popping on, tell me hi, tell me what you're working on. Oh, supposed to put my earbuds in. That's supposed to make a difference. Okay, for those of you watching me on, okay, how about now? If you're watching me on Facebook, give me a thumbs up. You guys, this is every time I have this problem. Okay, Josie says it's better now. Go, Melissa's giving me a thumbs up. Okay, there we go. Man, oh man, technical difficulties always. So now that we got that out of the way, what are you working on? What'd you do this weekend? Tell me all the goods. Thank you, Julie. Julie says pretty top. I'm happy to be able to be wearing it. So Melissa posted on the live Facebook feed, Melissa posted the link to the YouTube channel too. So if for some reason we end up having some technical difficulties, you should be able to pop over there. Sherry working on socks. Hi, Mom. Thank you. We'll chat a little bit about my sweater here in a little bit. Who else? Let's see. Okay, I think I'm good. Now I have both things going. Working on your summer news. Excellent. Hi, Malcolm. So again, if you're hopping on late, tell me hi. If you're from out of town, tell me where you're watching from. I'd love to hear that. Nicole working on a Tunisian crochet, autumn leaves, neck warmer. Debbie working on the deep breathing shawl. Debbie, how did everything go the rest of the weekend this weekend? I was thinking about you. Josie working on baby hats. Oh, Joyce has been challenging herself to do this triple knit hat, which is like double knit where you create a double-sided fabric, except it's stranded color work and double-sided. It just blows my mind. So she's on her second one now. Hi, Barb. Sarah, back to your pure local. Hi, Shar. Good. Okay, so welcome to Monday Motivation. Today is Monday, October 3rd. Can you guys believe it's October already? That's crazy. It's crazy to me to think that. My name is Kristen. I am the owner of the Little Yarn Shop located inside the SVRC Marketplace in downtown Saginaw, Michigan. Not enough sleep. Hi, Fran. I got to meet Fran this weekend. Thank you, Fran, for saying hi. I was loving it. This past weekend, I got to, I guess you would say, kind of set up a booth at the retreat at the Knit One Love One retreat in Bay City at the courtyard. And I got to meet so many awesome people. Karen got to hang out with the girls for the weekend. I think they kept her pretty busy. I was hoping she would have a little bit more time to just kind of sit with some of the ladies and relax, but they kept her pretty busy with stuff, which is okay. Love October, Melissa, love October. I do love fall, and it's perfect sweater weather. I just really love sunshine too. Hi, Diane. So it's October. Back to who I am, where the shop is. The shop is inside the SVRC Marketplace. The outdoor farmers market, which is completely separate from us, is kind of winding down. They're done the end of this month. They're kind of getting to their squash, a few of the other fall things. Mums, I think they're still selling out there, but that is completely separate from the indoor marketplace where we are, where I am. Inside, everything is here year round. I would say 365 days, but we're not open every day. Every day throughout the year, Wednesday through Saturday. I'm a little bit scattered, you guys. I have a day and a half before I leave to go to California. Melissa was just asking me if I'm ready to go and packed. The answer is no. Hi, Vicky. The only thing so far I have packed are my wound yarns and needles for the Stephen West mystery knit along. So I guess that's the first thing we can talk about. Clearly I can't knit cables and talk to you guys at the same time. I was messing stuff up here. I better just put that aside. Get back to the beginning of the row. The Stephen West Twist and Turns mystery knit along starts. The first clue comes out on the 3rd, which is Thursday. I will be in California. I kind of wish it would come out on Wednesday so I could have all the time on the flight to knit. But the mystery knit along is a shawl and it uses 3 colors and 5 skeins. So I have 3 of the skeins wound, ready to go. I got chatting with somebody the other day. Katie was in here working or starting her swatch and we got talking about gauge. I normally do not gauge my swatches, but since I had it here and she and I were talking about it, I figured maybe I would. And I believe it calls for 24 stitches over 4 inches and I was getting 22, which means my stitches were too big. So he has you knitted on a size 4. I am going to, isn't that what I said? Starts on the 6th. Today is the 3rd. I don't know. I'm all backwards. I just know it's Thursday. I'm going to go down to a 3 for mine. Because I do want the shop sample to be accurate in terms of the final size and what it's going to look like for customers when they come in, so they don't come in and go, well, how come mine doesn't look like that? Although a lot of times that happens anyways. I am a loose knitter, but I'm excited for whatever it's going to bring. So I have that yarn packed. Now I have to figure out Brenda in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Ooh, how long are you going to be there for? I have to figure out what I'm going to take on the plane to knit. I have been working on my tracks cowl, making some progress. And I'm pretty impressed with the fact that I didn't alternate yarns at all. Well, maybe I did. I did. Christina was over the other day and I was knitting and talking, and so I forgot what I did. So you can see where I joined my new skein yarn, where I ended the first skein yarn. I did carry it up and alternate 2 rows with the old skein, 2 rows with the new skein. And you can see there's a little bit of a difference, but not much at all. There's like a little bit of a line right there where it goes from lighter to darker. Looking at 2 different, yeah. On my Facebook feed, I can see it better than on my YouTube feed, but could just be computer versus phone. No yarn stores. There have to be some around there. Diane, I don't know if you've got the pattern for the knit along. I can check. I don't think you have. I don't know if we talked about yarn for it even, because we haven't chatted in a couple weeks. I'll check that out afterwards. So the tracks cowl, I can say I'm more than a third of the way there because it takes 3 skeins and I'm on my 2nd skein. So that might be what I take on the plane. I'm not sure. I like starting a new project that's kind of like a fairly simple knit that can be my travel vacation project. Last year, when we went to California in November, I did the steel scarf, Steall. It took that one skein of the beautiful alpaca, cashmere, silk, fingering weight yarn. Some of the girls at the retreat this weekend snagged up some of that. Was a great little one skein travel project. So I have some new yarn here in the shop that some of you got to see last week. Some of you got to see the week before, I think. It is now, you can see a little bit of it right here. So I hung some down here so you could see this little row here and that little row there of different yarns. So I think I mentioned this before. I really do need to go back and look at my notes after I do my lives, so I remember what I talked about and what I just thought I talked about. But I have this merino sock yarn from Earth Yarns. It's 100 grams fingering weight, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 400 meters would be 437 yards and 100 grams. I have the last of what they had of this yarn in the warehouse. It's a yarn that was dyed a few years back and they don't have any more of it. So hi, Oriana. I pulled this color specifically and they're $19.50 a skein, you guys. Like, come on. For a skein of fingering weight yarn, that's great. 75-25, so it would make good socks. This is a color that I don't have of it, but these are socks that I knit. Well, before I even carried Earth Yarns in the shop, I think I was thinking about bringing them in, and this was a yarn that I bought at one of the yarn shops in Florida. But to give you guys an idea, this is the Earth Merino sock yarn. So on how it knits up, I did just little shorty socks, my little Rose City rollers. So with their sock yarn, if you're knitting socks or something in a small circumference, you will get kind of a spiral or a pooled look. And I did knit one right after the other, but either where I started changed or my gauge changed because they have two completely different looks. But in the skein, it would look similar to this. So you've got a lot of a dark color and then some little blips of gray or a lighter color. Ooh, Melissa's finding yarn stores for you, Brenda. Julie Malcolm wants that color you just showed. Okay. So I have, like I said, a lot of different colors. There are some that I have more of than others. Some of them are really bright. I'm not going to go over a whole lot of that since I am going out of town tomorrow. If you are local and you want to come into the shop and snag some, you are more than welcome to do that. It's out here. Some of it's on the wall. Some of it's a display by the ball winder. Color's so much brighter on Facebook than on YouTube. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know why that would be. I mean, two different cameras, but I'll have to play around with that a little bit. So yeah, so this is just to kind of give you an idea if you were to knit socks, how they would knit up. There are projects that are using a technique called planned pooling or assigned pooling. I think they do a lot of that with crochet projects where you can cast on a certain number of stitches or chain a certain number of stitches. And because of the way the yarn is, you can get almost like an argyle look. This would, I don't know if it would do necessarily an argyle thing. I kind of have to play around with it a little bit, but there are, if you search on Ravelry for assigned pooling, there are a few different projects where it's similar to that. Shoot, I just looked at it earlier today. It was a one skein shawl that a few of you did with the Wonderland yarns, the DK weight where it had those little blips of color in it. I can't think of the name of the pattern. For some reason, I want to say Turning Point, but I don't think that's what it was. Malcolm, you would think that would be, but I do have a good webcam. I don't use the computer camera for that, so I don't know. So that's new. That's yarn in the shop. Once it's gone, it's gone. It's one of those bright side. There we go. Thank you, Stacy. I figured you would know. So what I'm working on is that my tracks cowl. I'm also working on the sweaters for my Stillwater, the sleeves for my Stillwater sweater. And I actually had some time to work on that this weekend and was so proud of myself. I got one sleeve completely done. I got the other sleeve all the way down to the cuff and I left it sitting at home on the couch. So I don't have it to show you guys. If I put off packing and cleaning a little bit, maybe I could get that done tonight and have it to show when I get back from California. We'll see. A jug of milk. It's my water bottle. It does look like a milk jug. Does a body good. So that is pretty much the only thing I'm working on right now. Once I get the sleeves done on the Stillwater, I need to go back, put sleeves on my other two sweaters. I was going to ask you all if for the next sweater sample, if you wanted to see another adult size sweater or a kid's sweater. I am still working on the men's vest. Maybe I should just take my husband's sweater with me to work on, since it's yarn I bought in California last year when I was there. That would force me to just work on that and get it done. But it's a whole sweater. I don't want to lug around a whole sweater. We'll see. But I finished. You can tell I'm wearing my top. I made the sleeves a little bit longer. So about the design for this pattern, I think Lisa, yes, it would make him very happy. It'd make him happy to see me working on it and to have it done. Might be a little chilly when we get back from California, so he might need it. So the top, I did rewrite the pattern to be a little bit different and use more knitting than purling, but I know myself well enough to know that I'm probably not going to get a formalized version of that where I feel comfortable saying it's a pattern that I can release. I will have it in a way where if somebody requests it, I can print it off for them or email the PDF to them. But essentially it's the zinnia top. If you go to, Melissa just posted a link to my project page on Ravelry. It will tell you, walk you through how I did the colors. So she's done. She's done. My seams are not bad at all. Look at that. It almost matches up. Pretty darn close, I would say. I made the sleeves a little bit longer than the pattern calls for. You can see a little bit on YouTube. I don't think you can see it on Facebook. On YouTube, though, you can see a little bit of the original zinnia sweater back in the corner. It's essentially the same concept. What's the primary difference is because it's not a self-striping yarn, it's kind of an more of a gradient, I would say, or a color changing yarn. The way I used the skeins was very intentional. So I have notes on that. Probably something I would not have even thought ahead on, except Vicky and I had a whole conversation about stripes matching up or not matching up. But you can see because each of those balls of I'll just go grab it. That'll be easier, huh? Okay. So the top was done with 3 sets of the earth, what we called Castle Echoes. So it was one of the custom yarns, but you can see from one batch to another, they are different. One starts with a lot of, there we go. One starts with white primarily on the outside. The other one starts with green primarily on the outside. So if you used one set to knit the front, one set to knit the back, they wouldn't match up because your colors don't match up. So the way I set it up is a little bit, it's not complicated. And I hope what I did in my notes makes sense between the photo that I put in there and the comments. But you guys know I'm always willing to help you just sit down and plan it out and walk through it too. So I'm really happy with how it turned out. The benefit of using a yarn like this when it comes to wanting your sleeves to match or wanting, wanting things to line up the way you want is I can start, like the sleeves, I started from the outside of one ball of yarn for each sleeve. So they match. I think it came out pretty good. So that's what I finished. What I'm doing next. I think I'm going to do a kid's top, a kid's sweater. Probably one for a little boy. So if you have knit a little boy sweater and have a pattern that you love and think that other customers would love, please share it. Tell me, let me know. I would prefer that it's not fingering weight. I like things to go a little bit fast, but I have a couple in mind that are kind of a DK or a worsted weight. DK would be ideal. I've got that variations yarn tucked away on the shelf that I have yet to use. I keep talking about it and I haven't had a chance to use any of it yet. So that would be a fun excuse to use it. So that's what's coming up. Other patterns I wanted to talk about. There is a designer called Joji Locatelli. If you look at her name, it's Joji, so it looks like Joji. She has designed a ton of patterns. She just released a cowl pattern called Knit Free, and it is a free for life cowl pattern. It's written for it's categorized as worsted weight, but I think it's a DK held with a fingering weight. So it gets a little bit of a speckly fade in her photo picture, but you could use it just as just with a worsted weight yarn too. So I wanted to point that out. I did post a link earlier today to a designer that has quite a few sock patterns and a few other accessory patterns that hers were advertised for free for, I think that's just a limited amount of time though, I'm not sure. So I wanted to mention that. What else? What was a big hit this weekend? The ladies at the retreat were really fortunate in that they got first choice on some notions that came into the shop on Friday. Yes. Poor Karen and Deb were sitting at the table at the retreat and they got swarmed when I brought them in Friday evening. But Minnie and Pearl, the company, is the same company that I get my pearl strings from. So I did get another batch of the regular size pearl strings, the sweater pack. So it's got the 3 pieces in there. Ooh, diamond in the rough. We'll have to check that out. I see Sarah. Okay. So Mini and Pearl, the pearl strings. Many of you have these. Some of you have asked about them. I ordered the right thing this time. I like to get their multi-packs. So it's 3 different colors in there, which is good because it's a little bit easier to know which one is the 2-meter piece and which 2 are the 1-meter pieces. One's a different color. Well, they're all different colors, but when they're all the same colors, you kind of have to pull everything out and try and separate them. So some of them are really bright, some of them are not so bright, but I like them all. So these are $16 for the set of 3. This company though, Mini and Pearl, has started carrying point protectors. And I took this basket was like stacked full of point protectors when I took it to the retreat on Friday. That's what's left. There's not much left, but what's left are, I don't know, I think they're my favorite ones. So they're sets of 2 little stitch stoppers, point protectors. I'm going to take one out of the package because she really loves this shiny packaging, but it's not so great for being able to show what's in there. So each pack, these little hexagons are, it's $6.25 for a pack of 2 little stitch stoppers. It's got a hole that goes all the way through, depending on which camera you're looking at, the little hexagons. And I have assorted colors: yellow, purple, white, orange, pink, blue, green. They glow in the dark, you guys. So if you're knitting in the evening and you drop one, it's gonna be a lot easier to find it if it glows in the dark. And it does have a hole that goes all the way through. So if you, a lot of times I've had customers buy some of those little double point protectors and they, yeah, Fran got gnomes. There were some really, really cool ones. For people that knit with double points and they have a hard time with things falling off the edge of their stitches, the ends of their needles, these would work really well to pop on there. If you had a long enough double pointed needle, you could almost pop this one on an end and make it a single pointed needle too, if you so desired. But yeah, I had gnomes, I had cats, we had all kinds of cool stuff. And I will be getting more at some point, not for a couple weeks, because I have to take a little bit of time, make sure that I get caught up before I order more things when I get back from California. So if you want a set of these, let me know. Then I have some specialty ones that I only have 4 sets of. And these little ones are $8.50 for a set of 2. And for my Hocus Pocus girls, can you see how cute that is? Look at this little Sanderson sisters. Same idea, still point protectors, a hole on either end, but they're so stinking cute. So like I said, I have 4 sets of those. The little Sanderson sisters hair. These are $8.50. Just like Holly did. Put a comment in there if there's something you want us to set aside for you. Happy to do so. What else do I have to talk about? Events coming up this next week. Hocus, I've heard mixed reviews on Hocus Pocus too. I will admit, I admitted this last week and feel a little bit guilty saying this because of how much people love the original. I don't know that I've actually sat all the way through the entire original movie. I think my ADD kicks in too much. I had a little bit of a plan for binge watching the 2 movies yesterday. Then my family came home early and it's hard to tell your husband that he ruined your big plans. But my big plans were to sit on the couch and knit and watch Hocus Pocus. We watched football instead. So one of these days I'll get to binge watch them when nobody else is around. We'll see. So upcoming events. This, I mentioned it at the beginning, but this Thursday on the 6th. Oh, Holly, tell John he can just mind his own business over there. Although I know he loves to hear me. Debbie's husband does too. This Thursday, the 6th, is when the first section of the Stephen West knit along pattern is released. In the evening, there will be an informal gathering, casting on party-ish here at the shop. I may have a little something for people that come for that. And I don't want to make it too big because I won't be here. Karen will be here and I don't want her to be overwhelmed and overworked. My hope was that we could kind of take over the boardroom. They've had some staffing issues though, and so I don't really want to overwhelm them. So I may just talk to them. Well, I probably won't talk to them now since I leave Wednesday morning and they won't be open yet. Yeah, you guys, you understand. I told them if people want food and stuff, knitters are good people. We all understand there are only so many cooks in the kitchen and they can only work so quickly. Chris, the manager over there, is really good. He's still finding his way with things and working with staff. He's got a new bartender. So be patient with them if you get some stuff from them. But whether you all end up in the boardroom or in the shop, it's going to be a fun time no matter what. I'm kind of a little bit bummed that I won't be here with you guys, but I'll be in California where it's supposed to be 85 every day. So I think I'll get over it. Hi, Dorothy. Happy October. So that's coming up the next day, Friday the 7th. Joyce is teaching another knit companion class. We've determined the way they work best is to keep them pretty small. So max of 4 people. And I think I have 2 spots left. Yeah, it's 90 where you are. I'm not going that far south though. I am not going to complain about it being 90 either. Oh yeah, you're not in California where you were. 2 spots left in the knit companion class. It's 2 o'clock on Friday. Some of you may have seen the discussion last week with Melissa talking Joyce into teaching the class on Friday. If you're interested, you can go sign up through the link that Melissa just posted or message me through the shop. But because it is such a small class, it'll kind of be, first come, first serve. The other upcoming thing that is supposed to start shipping the end of this week, which means it might come next week, but Karen's usually pretty good about not trying to open the boxes and receive inventory and put stuff away because it's a whole thing all on its own. But the next edition of the Wander Knit kit has been released. So I don't know that it's officially released, but they sent us the information and I know it's starting to ship the end of this week. So I will have it when I get back from California. The location for the last quarter of the year is Morocco. So the description they had talked about the bright colors and the tiling that is popular for the area. And I can tell you the 3 projects are a cowl, a shawl, and a pair of fingerless mitts. The yarn that they're using this time is called Madrona by Haiku. It's a fingering weight alpaca wool nylon blend, I believe. It's not one I carry normally in the shop, so it will be a new one for that. But this is the only info I do have so far, which is not very much. But there's a really cool little you get a sachet of some sort. A really cool button. You get this like a coaster. This time the little trinket thing is a coaster. And the patterns and the yarn. So if you are a frequent flyer, I am going to try and get an email out to you tonight or tomorrow with the link to purchase your kit at the discounted rate. If you are a newbie but interested, let me know, put in the comments and I will get in touch with you. Anybody who has ordered one of the kits in the past gets first crack at this new one. So frequent flyers, it's $135 for the kit. That gets you, there are some choices this year though, for the yarn. I've got a couple different options for what color you want for your fingerless mitts and what color you want for the 2-color cowl. So I'm hoping to have all of that somehow put together in an organized fashion and out to those of you who are frequent flyers, have purchased the Wander Knit kits in the past. If you don't know what the Wander Knit kits are, every quarter through the end of next year is the plan. It started second quarter this year. Every quarter Skacel does this a destination themed kit. So the first time you travel with us, you get one of these bags. Then beyond that, you get all of the other goodies that will go in the bag and the yarn to make all 3 projects. Each one is priced a little bit differently depending on what the yarn is, how much yarn you need, etc. But this gets you the yarn for a 3-color shawl, a 2-color cowl, and a pair of fingerless mitts. What's going to happen now though is because there have already been 2 renditions, I guess, or 2 runs of this, I've had more than 10 people who have gotten Wander Knit kits. And I only get 10 kits. That's all I'm allowed to get. They limit how many shops participate in this. Initially, I think it was only 20 shops across the country. I think they've expanded it a little bit because it was so popular, but they've still limited it to only 10 kits per shop. So the first time I did it, that went to 10 people. The second time I did it, not all 10 people wanted it. So then there are some more people that added on. So now there are closer to 12 or 13 people that will get an email that says, if you want this, go online and get it or message me. So again, first come, first serve. If you get my email, either click the link and go through or reply to me and let me know that you are interested. If you know for sure that you're interested, you can put in the comments if you're a frequent flyer. I see Holly wants one if they're still available. But if you are a frequent flyer, put that in the comments that you're interested in, and I'll make sure that we go chronologically and get the first ones that say so. Hi, Leslie. Marianne, and you want yours. Okay, excellent. Hi, Christina. You guys, Christina's in Florida right now. She made it. Their flight wasn't canceled. They're near the, where are you? Lakeland area. They are scheduled to get married tomorrow. I'm so excited for them. It's been a whirlwind for them. And I told her earlier today, I expect to see lots and lots and lots of photos. Maybe I said that yesterday, but a lot of you know Christina. She's done some of the crochet samples. She's an awesome person. And one of the many people I'm so fortunate to have met and developed a friendship with through having the shop. It's been such a blessing in so many ways, you guys. So yeah, tell her congratulations. Tomorrow she's gonna be a Mrs. It's so exciting. She's gonna have a big, long hyphenated name that won't, it'll be like Barbara Bacon. Her last name won't fit on a, on a credit card or anything like that. And Christina's is gonna be the same way. But small price to pay, I tell you what. So that's it. I don't think my nest is the best. Is we call the shop our little nest, sitting around the table. It's a comfy, cozy place to be, safe place to be for sure. I probably won't be doing a live next Monday with the time change. 6 by 4, it'll be 4 o'clock in the afternoon on a Monday. And I think we're supposed to be going wine tasting that day. So I don't want to make any promises. I don't know what kind of shape we'll be in by that time. The Monday after that, so the 10th, I won't be on. The Monday after that, which would be the 17th, I'm not really sure, you guys. I want to catch up on everything that's going on. However, I just found out the other day that my husband is getting a citation award from the city. So I probably should be there for that. So I'm proud of him and I want to show him as much support as he's shown me. So we'll see, depending on how long that lasts. I don't even know what time it is. It's probably at 7, of course, because that's when I want to talk to you guys, but we'll see. For sure, at the end of the month, I will be back. Maybe I'll just have to hop on a different day. Isn't it? Different kind of citation. I know the first time he said that to me, I was like, is that a good thing? It is a good thing. So he gets to go in front of the city commission and receive this, whatever it is. So I'm proud of him. And for any of you who know what's been going on in Bay City, there's been a lot going on, but he and most of his coworkers stand with integrity and strong morals, and it makes a big difference. So yeah, they all need our support. Okay. I think that's it, you guys. I'm so bummed I don't have my other sweater to show you, but I'll have all kinds of stuff when I get back to normal on things. I hope you all have a great week, a great couple weeks if I don't talk to you or I don't see you. The store will be open all week as normal, Wednesday through Saturday, 10 to 6. Thursday night, they'll be doing the cast on plus evening social knitting also. Oh, one thing I did want to mention for any of you who are not regulars to the shop, this came up at the retreat this past weekend, and I wanted to make sure I mentioned it. If you've purchased yarn from the shop, you are welcome to come and sit, knit or crochet, whatever you're working on here at the table, as long as there's an open chair and there's not a class going on. If you need help with something and your yarn is from elsewhere, there is a small fee for that. Or Deb's got her drop-in times while this is happening on Monday nights from 6:30 to 8:30. It's $10 fee, and you can sit with Deb and get some one-on-one help. Saturday afternoons also 3:30 to 5:30. But we love having a table full of people, as long as you don't mind that sometimes things get a little crazy in here and you just need to have a little patience. But like I said before, knitters are good people. Yarn people are good people, and we understand. Sometimes we just need to have a little patience. All right. I hope everybody has a great week and a great upcoming weekend. And I will see you all when I get back from across the country. Have a great night, everybody. Bye.